What is up guys, it's Cal, and in this video we're going to go over the Secrets of Azeroth event. Now this is an event that ran from August 31st to September 14th, but even after September 14th it is still accessible to do. Essentially what it is that over the course of 15 days, these secrets and clues were being unveiled as Valdrakken, and players had to figure out what to do day by day. Since the entire thing is out now, we can go ahead and do it all in just one sitting. Now the reason for doing this is that you will get 3 toys from it, a mount and a title, Honorary Preservationist, as well as a few achievements. So anyways, let's get started. So you're going to start off in the Valdrakken Inn, the Roasted Ram. You'll be coming here a lot, and you want to talk to Preservationist Kathos. After you accept her quest preserving rarities, make sure to talk to her again to get a mystery box, and use it to get a golden chalice. Then fly over to the Valdrakken Bank, and to the left you'll find a spot to use the chalice. Go back to the end to turn the quest in, and this will complete the first out of 15 parts of this chain. Next, Kathos will give you a quest which gives you a Tuskar Ceremonial Spear. With the spear, we're going to take a trip to Borean Tundra in Northrend. You can take the portal to Crystal Song Forest Dalaran from your faction's portal room, then fly here. And we're going to make our way to the bottom left corner, 33.50, 58.30 if you have TomTom. And then you'll see a glowy spot to use the spear. Once the spear is placed, part 2 is complete. Next, go back to the Roasted Ram in Valdrakken and speak to Bobby Harlysel. I don't know how you say his last name. He's just sitting over here, and he wants you to collect 3 items to get your first toy of the chain. So first, go over to the auction house and purchase 5 Thunderspine nests. Then go to the spot in Valdrakken, 42.20, 48.80 to Clinky Click Shatterboom. Talk to her to turn those 5 Thunderspine nests into a thought calculating apparatus. Next, go over to the south spot in Valdrakken, Cascade's Edge, and kill a hungry Tirana in the water, and it will drop a fresh Tirana. It's a 100% drop chance, so you just need to kill 1. Go back to the goblin and speak to the griffin that's beside her, named Griffin, and give it the item for a Downy Helmet Liner. Then come to this spot in Valdrakken, 42.50, 49.30, and talk to Shaky Flatlap, who has the last item. He also has an unpaid tab in the Dragon's Hoard Inn, and he'll let you know about this. You can pay him 1,000 gold for the last item, or you can go pay his tab for 346 gold. So we're going to do the latter. Go into the Roasted Ram to the odd statue in the back, walk up to it and type /bow. This brings you to the secret Dragon's Hoard Inn. Talk to the innkeeper there to pay his 346 gold tab, then go back to Shaky for the crystal ocular lenses. Right click on the thought calculating apparatus in your bag to get the quest Unfinished Thinking Cap. Then go over to Fangly Hoot to turn this quest in, and she will give you your first toy, the Tricked Out Thinking Cap. Go ahead and drag this toy on your bar because you'll be using it later on. Now Fangly is supposed to give you another quest right after you make the toy, but if it doesn't appear for you, then just reload your UI or log out and back in for it to appear. So she wants to send you on a scavenger hunt all around Valdrakken to test out your cap. But we're not going to do all of that, so just make sure you use your toy and then click on the arrow that appears above her head. And then head over to this spot in Valdrakken, 64.60, 53.70, where you'll click on this bag here, and then you go back to Fangly to turn your quest in, and this completes clue 3. Clue 4, talk to Bobby in the Roasted Ram Inn and get the quest Inside Job. Go back over and talk to Fangly to get some notes and an artifact storage key. Also, by the way, doing this entire chain will get you a bunch of these notes from all of these clues. They can just be deleted. They aren't necessary at all. Anyways, go back to the Roasted Ram and go upstairs and go to the back left corner here behind this bed and click on the chest to get a Maruk burial banner. Then go to 62.70, 73 in Valdrakken and speak to this appraiser here that's inside of this house to appraise the banner. He'll give you a quest and then head back to the 2nd floor of the Roasted Ram to put the banner back where you found it. Then talk to Fangly to finish this part. Clue 5, talk to the innkeeper of the Roasted Ram, Tithris, and get the quest Securing an Artifact. You'll now want to make your way to the north point of the Waking Shores, where the Lifebinder Conservatory is. There are these 3 levers you're going to click. On the east side, go into this structure, which is at 57, 25.50, and click on the lever. Then go into the structure just north of that for lever 2, and then just north of that for level 3. And then go into the building here that looks like an inn, kill the guys that are inside, and then click on this torch on the wall that's by the fireplace. This gives you the quest Artifact Secured. And then go back to Valdrakken to turn it in and get the toy Torch of Perith. Drag this on your bar as well since you'll be using it a lot. Talk to Kathos to get the quest the Torch of Perith. This pretty much just shows off what the torch can do. All you're really going to do is go to this house in the back of the Ruby Enclave. It's at 58.20, 23.50. Use your torch next to the chest in here, loot the quest, turn it in to complete this part. Clue 6. Speak to Bobby in the Roasted Ram for the quest Chilling Ascent. Now you're going to go to the Azure Span to Vakthros on the east side of the zone. It's a giant tower, you can't really miss it. The RP wants you to like go to the top or something to use your thinking cap to calibrate it. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go to this pylon that's right next to it, use your torch, and a tablet will appear. Interact with this tablet for a quest, and then head back to Bobby in the inn to turn your quest in. Clue 7. Talk to the innkeeper of the Roasted Ram again, Tithris, for the quest Idol Searching. Now we're going to go to the Oneron Plains to the Eternal Kurgan's Fields, and you'll want to enter the accessible mounds here with your torch being used. The first one is to the left here at 35.20, 65.70. There's a brazier in there that will activate with your torch. Next one is just up a little bit at 32.30, 68, same deal, and then head to the top mound at 31, 70.80, go to the end into the room to the right, and then activate the last brazier, and then you have one more. So you want to go over to Tarakai, where there is a giant mound there. Go into it and use your torch with the brazier there. An idol will appear that next to it. Click that to start a quest, and then go back to the inn to turn the quest into Kathos for your third and final toy, the Idol of Onara. Drag this one in your bar as well since you'll refer back to it. Pick up the next quest from Kathos, so she'll show you how to use the idol. There are 3 gems on the ground around the center water fountain area of Valdrakken. They're easy to find. Using your idol will point in the direction of where they are. So just follow that, click the 3 gems, and turn it into Kathos. Clue 8. Speak to Kathos for the quest Into the Sands. Go to the sandy area to the southeast portion of Thaldraszus, and there are 3 fragments you're going to try to find. The picture is on the screen now of where they are, but if you have trouble finding them, you can always just use your idol toy and it will point you in the direction of where they are. When you have the 3 fragments, right click them and turn it back into Valdrakken. Clue 9. Speak to Bobby in the inn for the quest A Key Story. Go over to the blacksmith in Valdrakken, weaponsmith Korif, and turn the quest in. Then head over to the Oneron Plains. In the dead center of it, you'll see this small structure on your map under the words Cloverwood Hollow. That's where you want to go. Once here, make sure your torch is equipped. Go to the left as you're facing Forager Tensai, and your torch will interact with a stone there. And then go to the other side where you can interact with this Titan key mold on the ground. Click that for the quest, a Titanic mold, and then return to Weaponsmith Korif in Valdrakken to turn your quest in. Clue 10. Speak to Bobby again in the inn for the quest Reforging a Legend. Then talk to Weaponsmith Korif again to turn it in. Now you have to go to the Waking Shores to gather some supplies. The first item that you're going to get are 50 rose gold dust. The best place to farm them is right here on the Waking Shores. 48.30, 46.10. They're very small on the ground and kind of hard to see, so you can always use your idol of Own Ara to point you in the right direction. And each one you find will give you around 10 rose gold dust. Once you have 50 of those, head over here to 21.30, 76.70 to gather 8 Ignis Flux. This will be found where the molten rock meets the ocean. Each one you find will give you 2 at a time, and you can use your idol again to point you where the next one is. It was really easy for me to get 6 of them, but it seemed like I had to sit around and wait for my last one to respawn. Now that you have those, head into the Obsidian Citadel there to find Weaponsmith Korif. He's at the Forge area, 24.50, 60.80. Talk to him for the next quest, then let him know you're ready to start. Make sure your torch is equipped, walk right up to the anvil, forge, thingy, whatever it is, and click on the extra action buttons. And then turn it into Korif to complete this part. This will also give you like a Keyblade transmog piece, I think. Clue 11. Talk to Kathos for the quest A Proper Burial, where she'll give you back that Maruk burial banner. Now she kind of wants you to fly all around Oneron Plains to find out where to stick this banner. We're not going to do all that. We're going to just skip to the end to 43.40, 48 in the Oneron Plains. This brings you to a cave. Go into the cave, up to the second floor, and you'll see a spot to place the banner. Clue 12. Speak to Bobby in the inn for the quest A Special Book. So this quest actually wants you to go into Old Karazhan. It is one from Burning Crusade, not Legion. Easiest way to get there is that each faction's portal room has an honor hold mage, which will teleport you to the Blasted Lands. Then from there you can fly to Deadwind Pass to enter the raid. When you arrive, make sure you go through the front entrance, not the side one. Raid difficulty or legacy raid size does not matter. Now in Karazhan, you have to make it past the Curator boss. So I'll show you the quickest way to do that since you don't need to clear every boss. At the start here, you'll head up the stairs right here to the right and then swing a left into the banquet hall. Kill Moros and then run back from where you came. Go straight through this room into a small door here on the left and then go up these stairs. Now you go up the stairs and you'll want to just book it straight because we're heading to the opera event. Once you pass these two skeletal ushers, hang a right and just follow the edge of the room until you go through this door. The pathway here is pretty linear, so just keep going until you reach Barnes and talk to him to activate his dialogue. His dialogue option will only appear if you've killed Moros, and you need to kill the opera event to progress through the raid. You're going to sit through some role-playing dialogue for the next couple of minutes and then defeat whatever opera boss the game gives you, and you keep progressing through the raid here. Follow the linear path, hang a left through this walkway, and you'll end up in the Broken Stair. This is where the Legion version of the raid actually starts. But anyways, keep going until you see this broken ramp pathway to your left. Go up that and you'll keep going for the next couple of minutes up the linear path until you get to the Curator's room. Then just defeat him and the next room is where you want to be. In this room, there are plenty of bookcases and you're looking for Tyr's Tome amongst these bookcases. So there's a total of 4 books, I believe, that you can find, any of which has a random chance of being the book you're looking for. So you can pretty much use your idle toy to track down each of the books until you find the right one. Then return to Bobby back at Valdrakken to turn your quest in. Clue 13. Speak with Bobby about Valdrakken Inn for the quest They Are Always Listening. Then go over to Fangli to turn it in. Now you have to go around Valdrakken and click on each of these receipts. So first one, you want to go into the auction house, and then to the left, you'll see the bill of sale. Go back into the Roasted Ram Inn, to the Odd Statue, bow to it again to appear in the Dragon's Hoard Inn. Use your idle toy to locate a note to Kritha there, and then once you click that, leave the bar. Head to the Void Storage in the Emerald Enclave for that receipt. And then between the Sapphire and Ruby Enclaves is a small house structure. There's a garden supply receipt here. And then over by the Dragonscale Expedition Peoples, next to the Obsidian Enclave, is the Researcher's Note. And then finally, head to the Artisan's Market to the General Goods in the back. And behind this workshop, you'll find some crates with a hastily scrawled note. Once you click that, you'll get a quest. Turn it into Fangli for this part. Clue 14. Talk to the innkeeper Tethris for the quest A Sphere in Danger. Go to the Storm Shroud Peak in Thaldraszus. There are 3 tablets here. First one is on the left side here at 46.60, 77.60. Go into the cave to the back of it and use your torch to interact with something there. Next one is the big cave there. Walk to the back of the center pool in the cave for your torch to interact with something else. And then leave that cave and you fly just over here, up here, to the final cave right here for the last tablet. And then when you leave that cave, just jump down right in front of it. Next to this tree will be your first dirt pile you interact with. And then fly over to the top right portion here at 50.2078 for the next dirt pile. And then the final one is at 45.90, 79.70 in this bush. Right click the item in your inventory to create the Orb of Erathmus and then turn it into Tethris for this part. And then the final clue 15. talk to Kathos for the quest A Treacherous Race. Fly over to Tierhold with your torch equipped, and there are 8 statues there that you just need to fly close to with your torch equipped to activate them. You can pause the video to see the map, but it's pretty easy. It's just statues holding these glowy orbs. There are 8 of them. When all 8 have been activated, fly to the center of Tierhold to Tyr's face here, activate it by just getting right close to it, and you'll get a 1 hour buff where most of the mobs in Tierhold will be friendly to you. Now you need to collect some items. So fly down the center ring of Tierhold to this first layer here. Each layer has 2 rooms that you need to go into to find some artifacts, a total of 6 rooms. So when you go into the room, you can use your idle toy to find the artifact faster. It looks like a broken vase on the ground. Once you've walked into both of the rooms on the first layer, fly down to the next one. Now this center ring does have these layers that look like this, where most of it is blocked off. Ignore this, just go to the next one. Those layers don't matter. Find the artifact in these 2 rooms on this layer, and then fly to the final layer where the Halls of Origination dungeon is to get to the last 2 items. Right click on the Titanic block key fragment and Titanic cube housing in your inventory, so you should have 4 blue quality items. And then you're going to go into 4 of these housing structures around Tierhold that have these like beams shooting out of the top of them. When you walk in one, there's a console there to use one of your artifacts. There's one at 59.30, 56.80, and then one at 59.50, 60.60, another at 61, 62.40, and then the final one is at 61.55. When all of that has been done, fly to the top of Tierhold and click on the orb there for the next quest. Click the orb again to activate its dialogue option, and then Tithris will appear with his right-hand man, Amaranth. You actually saved Amaranth at the beginning of the chain where you went to the tall tower in Azure Span, use your torch on the pylon. Anyways, they've been the bad guys all along, and you need to kill them. If your gear is bad, you might need some help, otherwise it isn't too much of a challenge. Once defeated, loot them for the Orb of Rathmas, and then go over and click on the orb. Click on the Cache of Cosmic Mysteries, and then walk over to Preservationist Kathos to complete your chain, which awards you your achievement, a title, and a mount. Patty. It's a llama mount. And there you have it. The entire chain of the Secrets of Azeroth. It was pretty fun. Really doesn't take too much time. You can do it in one sitting, multiple sittings, multiple days, doesn't matter. But anyways guys, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like on it. You can sub to the channel for more videos like this. And I will see you all in the next video.